In the 21st century, contact centers are deploying an increasing array of technologies to remain effective, efficient, and retain their relevance as the core enterprise customer communication hub. These technologies often become disjointed, expensive, and incompatible, but My Contact Center Outbound from Mitel is capable of uniquely delivering great savings with the right mix of technologies in a coherent and integrated package. We'll show you how various functions of a modern contact center operation can be easily and quickly configured and deployed to form a harmonious unit. We'll begin with the highly visual call scripting tool, which integrates seamlessly into the CRM layer, and then we'll explain how the intelligent campaign designer interacts with the dialer and other channels to form a comprehensive outbound strategy. Finally, we'll touch on the many ways My Contact Center Outbound could easily integrate with your existing systems and generate comprehensive reports and dashboards, enabling you to keep your finger on the pulse of all your contact center activities. Let's start with call scripting. Scripts are arguably one of the most misunderstood concepts in the call center industry. Often seen as a tool of oppression, they're in fact an invaluable technology driving major savings and vastly improved quality. Far from limiting agents' freedom, scripts are there to deliver consistent, profitable interactions whilst reducing training costs and call durations. The My Contact Center Outbound scripting environment goes far beyond the basics, providing a process backbone for a flexible agent desktop, which integrates with back-office and legacy applications in a simple yet powerful way. My Contact Center Outbound call scripts are just as effective for both outbound and inbound calls, whilst also benefiting other channels like email. You could see annual savings of well over £200,000 if an average 3-minute call was reduced by 30 seconds across a 100-seat operation. This is easily achievable by reducing the time agents navigate through disjointed applications, looking through procedure manuals, or trying to remember their training. Here's an example of a script as seen by the script designer, and its resemblance to a roadmap is no coincidence. We think of a call script as the call center equivalent of a car's satellite navigation system, and the call thought simply as a journey from hello to goodbye. Each call begins at the start point, denoted by the green traffic light, and ends via one of the many different checkered flags, which also indicate the outcome of the call. In between these points, the agent travels through various screens. Each screen has components that can be positioned as needed, and this is an example of an agent screen consisting of 2 components, a picture and a radio button selection. My Contact Center Outbound provides around 100 different components to be used on agent screens, and these range from basic data capture ones, such as text boxes, to a variety of multiple selection devices. There are more complex ones too, which support product ordering, financials, database access, integration tools, and much more. At various points during a scripted run, the system will decide automatically at runtime which route to take the agent through. This is based on data captured earlier in the script, customer information which comes from the underlying CRM layer, or information originating from external systems via various integration points. Let's see how an agent may experience a call assisted by the script we've just seen, and how the dialer comes into play too. Here's a typical agent screen waiting for the next interaction. Several things could happen at this point, such as an inbound call being delivered to the agent. The screen will pop the correct script, and if the calling number is found in the corresponding My Contact Center Outbound CRM database, the caller's details will also appear on the screen. Alternatively, one of 4 different types of outbound call could be delivered. My Contact Center Outbound provides all forms of dialing, ranging from highly efficient predictive dialing, where more calls are made than the number of agents available, to the relatively sedate preview dialing, where agents invoke the CRM details of the next person to call and then decide when to click the dial button. The 2 other types of outbound calls are simply variations of what we've covered. Progressive dialing is a form of preview dialing, where the system delivers the next person's data and dials the number automatically. Power dialing is a form of predictive dialing, where the dialer only dials when an agent is available, but still filters out non-productive calls, such as busy tones or no answers. The My Contact Center Outbound predictive dialer incorporates 2 important patent-protected technologies. The first, intelligently using the interplay between call scripts and the dialer, and in contrast to most other dialers, guarantees high performance even when the outbound teams are as small as 5 agents. The The second is a recent invention which we call Live Person Detection, or LPD for short, which provides a brand new and completely safe way of eliminating nearly all calls to either network or domestic answer phones and voicemail. This not only delivers productivity increases of well over 30%, but also a much more motivated, engaged and productive workforce. Inbound email and text messages can also be delivered to the agent in a similar way as a screen pop. Regardless of the interaction type, the agent has the ability throughout the call to inspect the customer's history. This includes previous calls, emails, documents, scans, or agent notes.
Good morning. May I speak with Mr. Smith, please? I'd like to discuss your car insurance policy, which is up for renewal, Mr. Smith. Would this be a good time?
Next, the agent progresses through a series of screens according to the logic built into the script. A series of tabs appear at the top of the screen, which act as a trail of pages visited, and this allows the agent to jump back and forth between these pages. It's important to note that the scripted environment can act as a crucial integration point to other systems by embedding their user interface into the script pages and seamlessly linking these systems by interchanging data between them as part of the normal flow of script logic. One of the most striking features of My Contact Center Outbound is how scripts are constructed, allowing non-technical staff to build and amend call scripts with ease. To demonstrate this capability, let's make a change to the script we looked at before. Incorporating a temporary promotion into an existing script is very straightforward. Simply create a new script page by dragging the screen symbol from the toolbar to any location on the script diagram. The newly created screen becomes a blank canvas which can host any number of components. Let's pick a radio button selection component and associate it with the following prize question. What is the capital city of Honduras? Each component can be easily customized, and in this case, we can set a number of multiple choice answers, and this basic script page is now complete. It's worth noting that the system can easily be set up so that it is mandatory that an agent cannot progress through the script unless they complete certain required actions when going through each script page. Next, we introduce a decision point based on the selection made by the agent. So let's return to the logic map view and drag a decision icon from the toolbar to the desired location on the diagram. Depending on the drop location, the decision tool will offer a selection of script pages which are on the path between the start of the script and the drop point. The user can then select a specific value related to a component on the selected screen to act as the decision's subject. The created decision block is currently empty, so to define it, double-click and create additional logic branches. We can create a correct answer branch and drag the correct answer underneath. Similarly, create an incorrect answers branch and drag all the other incorrect answers under that branch, leaving the don't know answer under the default catch-all branch. On the incorrect answers branch, drag a conclusion icon from the toolbar to terminate the flow or allow a further attempt. Whilst on the correct answer branch, we'll drop a new script page with the details of what prize has been won. The script change is now complete and ready for testing. Once tested, it can be published instantly. Agents don't need to log out or perform any action in order to start using the new version. All versions are audited and can be instantly rolled back with no disruption to ongoing work in the contact center. To confirm this, here's the agent again, taking another call. The logic flow is unchanged until the promotion page is reached. An incorrect answer would trigger the offer of another attempt or an early exit from the script, whilst a correct answer wins the lucky caller a prize. My Contact Center Outbound scripting is typically deployed in far more complex scenarios and features one distinct advantage over other systems. Crucially, the script logic is separated from the user interface design, a subtle but hugely powerful feature enabling our scripts to cope with the most exacting demands without becoming unmanageable. Let's now focus on the dialer and how outbound campaigns are managed. To do so, we'll need to define some of the concepts involved, and in particular the influence of CRM data. The My Contact Center Outbound dialer system relies on the My Contact Center Outbound CRM layer, which provides the repository of all data relating to the people who'll be contacted. A CRM entity is a collection of properties, attributes, or fields that are associated with each person, and every entity can have a different collection of properties. The system can support any number of entities. Typically, different CRM entities would be used for different types of data. One CRM entity may contain existing customers, another may contain prospects, whilst a further entity may consist of unqualified leads. Each CRM entity can be associated with any number of campaigns. A campaign is a type of activity or reason to contact people, typically associated with a single script. In turn, each campaign relates to any number of lists, and a list represents a subset of the CRM entity it relates to. Lists are simply a way of segmenting the CRM data by desired criteria, such as geography, demographics, gender, value, propensity, and so on. Lists are the raw material for the dialer. My Contact Center Outbound features an intuitive visual interface for designing the structure of CRM entities. Once defined, the system provides a range of visual tools for easy importing of data into the new entity from a variety of data sources, including files, spreadsheets, database tables, and more. My Contact Center Outbound also provides a web services API, which makes CRM entities accessible programmatically. Like everything else in My Contact Center Outbound, dialing campaign management is a visual and intuitive task. One of the major benefits of our solution is the ability to manage campaigns on the fly and apply changes in real time and with no interruptions to the live operation. What this means to you is greater efficiency, more customer contacts, higher list penetration, and less abandoned calls. A simple outbound list is quick and easy to create. Simply select a campaign to which it relates and give it a name. Demo 1. And assign this list a priority, meaning it'll always take precedence over lists of lower priority. We need to indicate when this list becomes active, both in terms of dates and times. We could set this list to be active during morning hours for the first part of the working week, perhaps afternoons for the second part, and maybe a few hours during Saturday lunchtimes. If setting up a predictive dialing list, we also have the ability to control the nuisance call rate, typically set to 3% in the UK, but adjustable. The predictive dialing is self-pacing and will control the overdial rate, so it'll remain just under the set limit. At the same time, advanced options can be set to address different possible behaviours of the dialing engine for this list. Once the new list is created, we need to populate it with data from the corresponding CRM entity, and this is done through an easy-to-use wizard. The first step of this process is to define the selection criteria that will determine which CRM records form part of this list. To do this, we'll simply manipulate some very simple Venn diagrams. Selection criteria can be based on any CRM property. For example, we could select a UK postal code. And if it starts with the letters SW, we'll know that it relates to an address in southwest London. Further conditions could be created based on the person's age by selecting the age property and ranging it between 20 and 40. We'll call this criterion young. This would select all the people that either live in southwest London or are considered young. By dragging these discs on screen, we can easily change the meaning of this condition to only include the young people in southwest London. There's no limit to the level of complexity that we can achieve with this method. Let's add another condition based on the property number of children to include everyone in our CRM entity for which this figure is greater than 0. This, of course, defines the group of parents. Now we've selected all parents in our CRM entity plus all the young people in southwest London. By simply dragging the parents condition to overlap with the other two, we can define the much smaller group of all young parents in southwest London. This doesn't end here. We can change the meaning of this Venn diagram by moving the discs again to mean anyone in southwest London that is either young or a parent. Alternatively, we could select all parents who are either young or reside in Southwest London. This is a really visual and intuitive way of creating complex database queries without the need to learn the arcane programming languages normally required to achieve the same result. Now let's have a quick look at how we could incorporate other channels into our outbound strategy. Once the selection criteria is defined, the other parameters defining the list can be set. For instance, we can determine which telephone number should be dialed initially out of the several numbers that the CRM entity may hold for each contact. Other list settings include the definition of exceptions to the selection criteria, as well as deduplication parameters and the possibility of filtering against blacklists, such as TPS and others. Once the list has been populated with CRM contact data, we'll define a call recycling strategy for this list, another area where My Contact Center Outbound provides a uniquely intuitive and visual treatment to a subject that can be technically complex. The My Contact Center Outbound Call Recycling Designer defines a strategy associated with each list, indicating to the dialer how to treat each record following a failed contact attempt. This is done simply by using a visual environment similar to the one used for call scripting we saw earlier. On average, the success rate of a dialer list is somewhere between 10 and 30%, meaning only 1 call in 5 would typically be connected to a real person. Therefore, the logic depicted by this interactive diagram is invoked every time a call fails. Depending how many user-defined factors are selected, the system will automatically reach a conclusion regarding the timing and manner of the next contact attempt, if any. These factors could include the number of previous attempts, the manner in which the call failed, or the time of day the call was made. This epitomizes our holistic approach to customer contact and guarantees much higher levels of list penetration than any other system. It also provides the key to a multi-channel approach to outbound, as records can recycle to other lists, such as email or SMS. These lists, of course, implement their own recycling strategies, which ensure that records are put through an exhaustive series of attempts across channels. Accurate reports are a crucial part of any contact center operation. Once a list is activated, it becomes live instantly, with no disruption to the live contact center. My Contact Center Outbound is conceptually different from most other dialer systems because agents don't log into campaigns, but simply log into the system and are delivered calls according to the strategies set up by the call center administrators and managers. The system provides administrators with live, comprehensive dashboards full of relevant information on the performance of each list, campaign, team, and agent, as well as the contact center as a whole. My Contact Center Outbound also provides management information reports, and it's important to note the system fills a subtle but crucial gap often overlooked by many contact centers. Telephony stats can provide a wealth of information about calls made or taken, but there's often no connection between these stats and the actual content of calls, which is often transactional and not linked to telephony events. By filling this gap, the system can highlight expensive and wasteful inefficiencies in the customer contact processes and deliver extensive savings by simply streamlining the operation. My Contact Center Outbound is designed to deliver more with less. More calls with less agents, more talk time and less waiting time. An easy-to-manage high-octane dialer, state-of-the-art scripting tool, supported by an effective and open CRM layer, working seamlessly as one unit to give you optimal performance for drastically reduced costs. To complete the picture, My Contact Center Outbound also provides a fully functional inbound ACD system with advanced IVR and voice recording, as well as integrated web chat and workflow. To find out more, visit our website at mitel.com or contact us and we'll be delighted to provide you further information. Thank you for watching.